The city of Albuquerque has just settled the latest in a string of lawsuits all about Albuquerque police arresting people or even giving them tickets for feeding the homeless downtown.
Now, those lawsuits have now cost the city nearly $100,000. Benjamin Abbott recorded video in September of 2010 as Albuquerque police officers questioned him and a friend downtown. They'd been passing out food to the homeless at the 4th Street Mall with a group that does it every Sunday. But there, officers say they needed a permit and gave them a ticket for trespassing.
We're not doing it because this is our hobby. Okay?
So was your person
There's
the first
people
that were arrested?
above us who want to.
Yeah, you obviously see that you've got the mayor's and everybody's attention.
Now, in the summer of 2010, an APD sergeant emailed other officers saying the city wants them to ticket and arrest people who feed the homeless. City attorney says the officers were acting in good faith to ensure that the food code was being enforced. Abbott and the two others were criminally charged and arrested. They got those charges dismissed, then sued. The city settled, agreeing to pay the cash.
Now, on the flip side of this, a selfless act by a rookie cop here in Albuquerque to ease people's hunger. APD says Officer Thomas Nada showed up at a shelter for the needy and homeless downtown yesterday, where about 20 people were lined up waiting to eat, but there was a problem. There was a power outage there, forcing Noonday Ministries to cancel its lunchtime meal. These people might not have gotten a lunch, so Officer Nadas went to McDonald's. He bought food for the entire crowd. In the Journal today, he is quoted as saying he didn't think it was his duty as a police officer, but Officer Nadas thought it was his duty as a human being. We thank him for that. All right, 4 of the 5 state Supreme Court justices are recusing themselves this morning from a hearing a case involving pay raises for judges. It's a pay raise that Governor Susana Martinez has vetoed. On Monday, a group of district and magistrate judges asked the Supreme Court to overturn the veto so they could get an 8% pay raise. The judges say the governor overstepped her authority and that her veto effectively deletes the judges' entire salaries from the state budget. With 4 of the judges out, the 5th Supreme Court Justice, Richard Bosson, has been appointed acting Chief Justice to preside over this case.
The time is now 6:32 on your Friday morning. It seems New Mexico is sliding down the financial ladder. The state dropped down 4 spots in the list of the richest and poorest states. According to watchdog.org, New Mexico dropped from 33rd in the nation to 37th in the 2014 Economic Outlook ratings. The slippage may reflect New Mexico's stagnant economy, which has been stuck in neutral for more than a year now. The state finished 49th in sales tax burden and was penalized for not being a right-to-work state. The father of a teen from Albuquerque who had an Amber Alert out for her for weeks is now on his way to pick her up and bring her back home. She's been found in Arkansas. U.S. Marshals found Lacey DeWint in Fort Smith, Arkansas yesterday, 900 miles from here. She's just 14 years old and disappeared 3 weeks ago with Robert Butler. He's 26 from New Jersey. They met online. The marshals say they got a tip, found the two at a Target store, and say Butler was shocked and uncooperative. Now Lacey's dad has this to tell him.
I mean, this guy is absolutely a predator, you know. He's going where he deserves.
Now, the marshals think after Lacey and Butler left Albuquerque, they went to Oklahoma City, then Texas, before finally ending up in Arkansas. Both had dyed their hair and were sleeping in a stolen car in the woods. Butler is charged with child solicitation by electronic device and will be extradited to New Mexico.
If you're looking for a great deal on a new set of wheels, head to Santa Fe this weekend. Police there have seized more than 600 cars and trucks in the last year, mostly from drunk drivers, and now they're auctioning them off. In fact, take a look at this. There are so many cars and trucks in the lot, it is overflowing. You can check them all out today, and the bidding starts tomorrow morning. For all the details, head to KRQE.com and click on links. Well, crews searching underground at the WIP site have finally hit radioactive contamination. For 2 weeks, teams gradually worked closer to the leak around what's called Panel 7. They didn't find any radiation for half a mile. Then Wednesday night, a team wearing an advanced environmental suit made a push into Panel 7 and found the radiation. But the batteries on their suits were low, so they had to turn around and leave before they found the source of the leak. At least 21 workers were exposed to what the government is calling low levels of radiation since that leak started back on February 14th. The investigators will try again to find the source next week. Experts think it's from some containers that ruptured either when a roof collapsed or when an explosion went off.
Mechanical failure may be the reason a medical chopper crashed on the roof of UNM, according to a preliminary investigation. The National Transportation Safety Board says the pilot said the control pedals jammed or locked. as they tried taking off from the hospital's helipad last week. The pilot was injured. 2 paramedics on board were not seriously hurt, but the helicopter was badly damaged. The hospital roof also needed repairs, along with a section of the pediatric unit just below. The hospital says patients will be returning to that area in a few years. The final report by the NTSB is not expected for several months. The old Shot Solar building in southeast Albuquerque that has been sitting empty for almost 2 years is getting a brand new life. Nova Corporation, an information tech company owned by the Navajo Nation, is moving into the space at Mesa del Sol. It says it will bring 150 high-paying jobs to the area. It'll be used as a data center, providing things like movie streaming and storing real-time data to include online medical records. Part of the space will be used as a training center. The goal is to have the facility renovated by this fall.
You know that Sriracha hot sauce? Well, people in one town in California hate the stuff, but it could soon be the spice of life right here in New Mexico. Folks in Irwindale, California have complained the Sriracha factory is a health hazard. They say the peppers used to make the chili sauce burn their eyes and throats, give them headaches, and it makes the city stink. Hoi Fong Foods has been in a legal battle with the city since last year. The plant was temporarily shut down after being named a public nuisance. Now New Mexico's Economic Development Department confirms it's asking the Sriracha maker to move the company here. It says New Mexico is one of 10 states that wants the Sriracha plant. Well, as we've been talking about all morning, it is Good Friday, and the pilgrimage to El Santuario de Chimayo is going on as we speak. Tens of thousands of people are making a long trek to the sacred site, as they do every year. Many have been traveling overnight from Española, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and even farther. Once they reach the small church in Chimayo, they pray and reflect on the holy meaning of this Good Friday. Some also believe the soil at the church has healing powers. A number of law enforcement agencies are patrolling the most popular routes on US 84, 285, New Mexico 502 and 503. They're going to be handing out glow sticks too. They're also setting up a DWI checkpoint, all to keep folks safe.
If you head out there, it's pretty amazing just to see the amount of people out there walking.
See the conviction on them.
Right. There's a guy that does it, I think, every single year. He carries a huge wooden cross all the way up there.
I know who you're talking about. Yep, we've focused on him a number of times here on News 13.
Pretty interesting.
If you're going out there, enjoy and stay safe.